Is an ounce of discomfort or little inconvenience worth it risking a ton of pain or even death? Motorcycle safety is a growing concern as more and more people are riding not only for recreation but economical reasons. According to the National Highway of Traffic and Safety Association, since 1975, over 100,000 motorcycle riders in the United States alone have died in crashes. I've been riding motorcycles for 4.5 years now, almost every day, so a total of about 1,200 hours riding. I've taken a Motorcycle Safety Foundation motorcycle program course. I'm also a member of the Riders of Kawasaki Motorcycle Club. Motorcycle safety, although often overlooked, is critical to becoming a successful and safe rider. Riding a motorcycle carries many more risks than driving on a traditional automobile. This risk can be greatly reduced, however, through proper riding gear as well as following some best safety practices. Riding a motorcycle involves more risk than an automobile for a couple reasons. One, motorcycle has 2 wheels, not 4. The other thing is with the motorcycle is the wheels themselves are much smaller. Smaller wheels means less grip on the road. Motorcycle wheels are usually about this wide. Again, automobile tires are anywhere from this wide to this wide. So there's a substantially less amount of grip on the asphalt when you're riding. When you think of an automobile, you also have a cage around you on all 4 sides, made of steel, fiberglass, glass, things like that. On a motorcycle, you don't have that. There's nothing between you and the pavement, you and another vehicle. Another difference is motorcycles typically have a much greater power to weight ratio. What that means is that for each horsepower there is less pounds that horsepower is moving. You have a 250cc motorcycle that has about 30 horsepower. That's about equivalent to a 600 or 700 horsepower vehicle weighing about 5,000 pounds. So the performance capabilities of motorcycles can be much greater. The other piece of motorcycles that makes them a little more riskier is that they don't have a lot of complex systems in them like the cars do. The cars have complex electronic systems, onboard diagnostics, things like that. Tell you that something's going wrong. With a motorcycle, things are much more simple. You have tires, ignition system, gas line, and brakes. That's about it. Some of the more advanced ones have more things, but there's less things to go wrong. That also means that when something does go wrong, your chances for issues are much greater. So, how can motorcycle riding risk be reduced? First, proper riding gear is essential. Jonathan Lee did an empirical analysis on helmet laws that shows that they help reduce motorcycle crashes by 18 to 32%. Also, according to the National Highway of Transportation and Safety Administration, helmets are about 37% effective in preventing motorcycle deaths and about 67% effective in preventing brain injuries. So, helmet is probably the most important piece of protective gear you can use when riding a motorcycle. However, there are multiple kinds of helmets. It's important to pick the right type of helmet. The best helmet is a full face helmet, one that goes around your entire face. Reasons for that is twofold. One, it protects your head, but having the full face helmet also prevents ongoing road debris and things like that from hitting you in the face. You wouldn't think that a bug or a fly or a small rock hitting you in the face would do much damage. But when you're going 30, 40, 50 miles an hour, it can be quite painful. When I was taking my safety basic riding course, my instructor told me about the first time he rode a motorcycle. Luckily, he was wearing a full face helmet. He crashed. When he got up from the crash, he had a huge gouge on the front of the helmet. Had he not been wearing that helmet, that gouge would have caused the rock to go right through his face. There's other pieces of motorcycle gear that are also important. Jacket, gloves, boots, and pants. All of those things combined help reduce injury in the course of an accident. They also help prevent damage from wind debris as well as the elements. That's the other piece of proper riding gear. You have to make sure you're driving for the weather you are going to be riding in. Cold weather riding and warm weather riding. When you're in a car, you have your climate control. You can turn your heat up, you can turn your cold down. You don't have that luxury in a motorcycle. You have to dress for the weather you're riding in. Cold weather, you have to be able to keep that wind off of you, so using clothing that has good wind breaking capability is essential to keeping that cold from freezing up your hands. If you can't move your hands or you're distracted by that cold weather, you're not focused on the road. Proper riding practices will also help reduce your riding risk. First and foremost, taking an accredited motorcycle safety foundation basic riding course is helpful beyond all measure. These classes teach you not only the basics of riding a motorcycle, but teach you the how and why as to why a motorcycle does and it reacts the way it does. Being that it's on two wheels, a lot of the physics that determine how your four-wheeled vehicle operates is not the same with a two-wheeled motorcycle. The other thing you have to do at all times is respect the motorcycle that you're riding on. What I mean by that is you should never ride impaired. You don't drink and ride. It has been shown that even having 2 drinks of alcohol severely impairs a rider's ability to react in an appropriate amount of time to things he encounters on the road. There was an article written by Tim Watson on rideapart.com that stated that more than 27% of riders killed in 2012 were legally intoxicated. That number actually has gone up from 23% in 2003. So 1 in 4 people who are killed on motorcycles are legally intoxicated, not illegally intoxicated, legally, which means they've had 1 or 2 drinks and they still got on a motorcycle. So it greatly impairs your ability to ride. So that's one thing that you must never do. The other thing is making sure you get enough sleep. Sleep deprivation will give you the same lapse of judgment, slow reaction times, and inability to determine what to do in a situation, much in the same way that alcohol does as well. The other important thing is to know your limits. You should know on your motorcycle and when you're riding what your comfortability level is. Make sure that whatever you're doing, whether it's a long distance drive or a more involved twisty, windy road, you ensure that your skills match your activity. You never want to exceed your limitations. You also know your motorcycle's limitations to make sure that you know how long it takes you to come to complete stop. You need to know what the response time is on it, how quickly it slows down, how quickly you can accelerate, how quickly can you avoid obstacles in the road. The biggest piece also is to make sure you never stop learning and you're always improving your skills. Knowing the risk of riding a motorcycle, using proper riding protection, as well as proper safety education, make a motorcycle riding a rich and enjoyable and safer experience. Master Sergeant William Dwyer said it best when he said, utilize your check 3 statement. Regardless of knowledge, skills, or abilities, always check your gear, plan, and skills before any riding activity. And remember, always look twice for motorcycles.